What up?
Nope.
Oh shit! Hold
Nope.
on.
Nope, not
Hold
yet.
on.
Not yet.
Oh
Not yet.
shit. Uh-oh.
I have to
Good,
hit
because I got
record. Oh my god.
what's wrong?
Nothing's wrong,
Yo,
Ryan.
this is so weird. Oh man, I'm just here with my boy Clay. You know, hanging out. Me and my boy.
I couldn't have thought of a better way to start the show, Ryan.
Pretty
You
awesome.
talking about
Being,
hanging out with a dude that's not really there.
I mean, he's here in my heart, man. Just like you.
Yeah, but he's not even a Packer.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
He was
He
a
might have
Packer.
played for a couple teams, but he's a Packer. Let's be honest.
For those of you
That's like
listening,
saying that fucking Jerry Rice is not a 49er. Not to say that Clay Matthews is the same level as Jerry Rice.
yeah, let's be
But
real
Jerry
here.
Rice played for the fucking Seahawks. Let's be real. Come on. They
Did
weren't
he?
even a real team back then.
Did he play for the Seahawks? Because I only remember him going to the Raiders.
Yeah, I think it was like one season played for the Seahawks.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Oh, man. That'd be a terrible, terrible, terrible fucking way to start the show if I got that wrong. So let me go to the old Google webs.
The Google Webs.
Jerry Rice-A-Roni. Seattle. So, Tom, guess what? Guess what tonight is?
Opening day of football.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, so we're recording on Thursday night, August 5th, 4th.
Fourth, man. This is this is the big day in U.S. history. This is the day that me and my wife started dating. She has put up with my ass for 19 years now, so
Bless her
Yep.
heart. Yeah, so here we are. We're doing a show. And we're going to talk about AFC and NFC South today. What do you think, Griff?
Well, I think I just want to. So he did in fact play for the Seahawks, but Wikipedia also lists the Denver Broncos. I don't recall that, and nor do his stats reflect that he was ever a Denver Bronco. So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited about today's divisions. There's definitely some garbage, both of these divisions, but they are in no way in the realm of the NFC East, which is just a dumpster. So, no, I'm pretty pumped. I think there's some good little nuggets to talk about today.
I would say out of the 8 teams we're going to talk about, there are 2, possibly 3 good teams.
I am.
I'm
not on board with that. I think there could be 4 with a sneaky 5th.
4 with a sneaky 5th. All right, I think that's a little wild take, but I put some notes in. I haven't let Griff read them, so it should be interesting on how they come about. Griff, before we get into the topics at hand, any good feedback from our first episode from your friends, family?
I heard that I swear a lot, which, I mean, my mom was mad about the F-bomb, but I mean, it's the most versatile word in the English language, so fuck it. I mean,
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just, don't be mad at us, working out the kinks, getting ready for our new adventure we're going to do. We're going to jump around a little bit, but, if you're looking for someone to read out of a book, go get a fucking, do a survey course in Princeton or some shit. That's not what this is going to be.
Yeah. I would say the most, I got feedback that it was good. People enjoyed it, but we do jump around a lot. But it's like when you're having a conversation with your friends, we're not here to, we're not on national TV. We are on pretty much anywhere you want to be in the world. You can listen to us, but we're not getting paid like that. So, well, let's be real. We're not getting paid at all. So here we are. Griff, I learned something new today. Do you want to know what that is?
I'm down. What's up?
I learned today that I am my father's 4th favorite child.
I learned that today too.
I also learned that you are his favorite child. Do you care to tell the listeners? No, his favorite. His favorite. Because I guarantee what he did today, he has never done for any one of his biological children.
That's a shame.
Do you care to tell the listeners at home what happened today?
yeah. So me and do, do we say his name or we just say
Whose
you
name?
know his your father's name?
You can say
I
his
don't know how
name.
this name thing works.
It's not a fucking mystery.
Okay. Well, me and Mr. Rick used to have
Listen, there's only one thing
weekly.
there's only one thing that we don't name on this show, and it's my current place of employment.
Yes.
That's the only thing that we don't name of actual
I don't
employment.
like how you just said my current place after having a conversation with my boss this afternoon. I don't like the way that sounds. Sounds rather ominous. So we'll revisit that later. No, anyway,
okay,
so this morning,
our current place of employment until tomorrow.
Oh, wow, that's hurtful. So, anybody want to buy an iPad? I can sell to you cheap. I got a Surface here too. I probably got to unload before tomorrow morning. Yeah. So we get a phone call at the office this morning. It says R Washington, and one of my coworkers was like, "Oh shit! Wonder if it's Tom's dad calling you up?" And I'm like, "Ha ha ha! Does it say 30?" And I, didn't want to finish the rest of the number. And he's like, "Sure does." I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then sure enough, there it was. What is it? PP. What is it? What's the saying?
Sure shit.
PPY.
PPY right there on the other cheek.
There it is. Yeah, Mr. Rick Washington Googled the phone number to where I work, called it up, asked the person who picked up the phone, "Hey, is this location of and is Ryan there?" And sure enough, and a nice little chat with my buddy. I texted him early in the week that I missed our chats. He's talked me off of more than one ledge.
So this is how my text interchange went with him afterwards. If you ever want to call and chat with me at work, my number is, and I put it out there. And he said something kind of nice to me. He said, "I'm always fixing everybody's mistakes from the day before. That's why I'm too busy to talk." And then he said, "You two are like two children starving for attention." Real nice.
I don't disagree with him.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. When I looked down and saw his name on the phone, I got fucking excited. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie about it.
Oh my god. Anyway, well, I'm glad that my father calls you at work, and 10 years of employment there, I have never received a phone call at work to the building from him. Anyway, moving on. AFC South, NFC South. Which one you want to start with, Griff? You want to do the AFC or you want to do the NFC?
Let's see. My little cheat here,
Griff. Since we are
started with the AFC, so
since we are a betting podcast, I want to let everybody know. It is currently 7:28 p.m. Kickoff for the Hall of Fame game is in 32 minutes, and I have wagered $100 on the Las Vegas Raiders -2.5.
Wait, you were serious about that?
Yo, sure was.
All right, well,
take it to the bank. Take it to the bank. It's hitting, or it's going to be. This is what's going to make or break my betting season.
Oof, man, I don't know, man. It's I almost want to lay some money down on it now, but I guess if I was going to pick one, I definitely would have went with the spread too. But because money line would be tough, I guess I would have to pick the Raiders.
Yeah, -2.5.
Who are the backup quarterbacks here? Like, who's starting? Like, I know Lawrence isn't playing, so CJ Beathard had said he's questionable. I don't know who Jake Luton is or Kyle Sloter.
I went through their QB lineup the other night. They have like 6 QBs, dude. It's ridiculous. But that's, half of them are going to get cut. But anyway, let's go right into AFC, right?
Yes, sir. AFC South. Let's do it.
All right. So for those of you that don't know, the AFC South consists of the Colts, the Titans, the Jags, and the Texans. One of the teams is playing tonight, and they're going to lose by hopefully 3 points.
Yep, at least 3 points.
At least 3 points. So for them to, these are the betting lines before the start of the season. I assume that these are up to date. That we did them a couple of days ago, so they might be a little off.
Yeah, I think I did it Tuesday, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah. So for same thing that we did last time, we're gonna do division champs, overall playoff odds, Super Bowl champs, and then we got some MVP races in there, or MVP odds. We got the Colts at minus 115 to win the division. I think that's a solid bet. I think that's awfully low. If you got some money to burn and you like being even or having even bets, plus 100 or in that ballpark, minus 120, somewhere's in there. I think it's a solid bet. The Titans plus 160. I think you're going to lose whatever you bet on that. The Jags are plus
I don't know,
750.
man. So you're that against the Titans this year? Like, I
I
know
think
that they lost AJ Brown, but if Derrick Henry stays hurt, they have Robert Woods, who is looking like he's on track to play Week 1, and Treylon Burks. That kid could be a monster. I don't know, man. That's tough.
so. Griff, in my little notepad here that I made notes and I
Yep.
told you can look at. This is a quote here. Titans busted their nut. I think they'll play good. They're going to win 10, 11 games. They'll probably make the playoffs. I think that the playoff odds are pretty good for them to make it. What I just don't think. I don't think that they can get over the hump to do it. So like to do anything in the playoffs, they got completely destroyed last year. They fell apart. Tannehill is, I would put him on the Romo level. He's a good regular season quarterback. He'll win you some games. Or even, since we were talking about it so much last week, I mean, I would put him on a Jimmy G level. He's a good regular season quarterback, but he's one mistake away from losing it all. Where I like them, they're good, but he's not proven like Jimmy G is, where when he's on the field, he wins. Like the statistics for Jimmy G are there. Tannehill, not so much. He is like, there's nobody else on that team that's going to pick up the team and just help them win.
You mean besides Derrick Henry?
Yeah, but if he's hurt, he's hurt. You know what I mean? And
they were missing him for like 6 games last year, and they were the 1 seed.
Yeah, but let's really think about it, dude. Derrick Henry had one baller season. And he really only had one baller season. It was the year before last. He balled out. Last year he got injured. Okay, so you can chalk it off to that. But even when he wasn't injured, he wasn't putting up crazy numbers.
My dog is joining the podcast.
I'm all about it, bro. I'm all about it. It's better than seeing Pat's cats.
It's not a cat. So actually, she is more concerned with the squirrels in the driveway right now. So she barks. I apologize.
So we didn't even get to the Jags and the Texans to be division champs because the chances that happen.
Well, I mean, let's be serious. Like we could talk about the Jags for maybe some potential, sneaking in kind of playoffs or being relevant. But I mean, they're not winning the division. It's a 2-horse race. Like,
well, so this is
no one's talking about Davis Mills and the Texans.
Well, okay, Griff, segued perfect into that. My other notes on here. Trevor Lawrence equals trash. That's a direct quote. I don't think he's anywhere as good. I think he's a bust. I don't think he's going to be good. He wasn't good last year. And I think people are sleeping on Davis Mills.
See, I agree. Davis Mills could do some stuff. But you are going to judge Trevor Lawrence off of a season where their coach got fired after 6 games. The dude literally kicked a player at practice. He was awful, had no business coaching in the NFL. And then, do you know who the coach of the Jags is this year?
I have no idea.
Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson is a fucking QB whisperer. Ask fucking Carson Wentz and your boy Big Dick Nick.
I think that's all. I think that's all Frank Wright.
In this podcast right now.
I think that's all Frank Wright, bro.
Whoa.
I think it's all Frank Wright.
Time out.
Doug Peterson got.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, what did Frank Wright do with Carson Wentz last year?
Well, like I said, but he's got Big Dick Nick now. You know what I mean?
It's like the 4th string right now. He's just getting Gatorade.
But if you look at Davis Mills' stats from last year, right? They didn't have a good season, obviously. But if you look at his actual stats, I mean, his overall passer rating was an 88.8. Not great, but he averages 200 yards a game. the real struggle I think at the Texans are going to be their defense, obviously, but they also have no notable wide receivers, right? Like that's really they drafted a guy. We'll see how he plays out, but I mean, we'll see. Like if they can get one or two good receivers, I think Davis Mills has a baller year, and I think they're going to surprise some people. I really do.
So you had me thinking about Derrick Henry. So I pulled up his stats, and I'm like, I don't know what you consider a baller season, but he played 8 games last year and had 900 yards. The year before was his baller year, 2,000 yards, 17 touchdowns. The year before that was 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, and the year before that was 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns. So Derrick Henry is a monster. He's not a one pump chump there, my friend.
I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see.
Man, I didn't think we'd be this far apart on this division. I was thinking this would be be a little more.
I'm just
closer on this one.
Listen, are the Titans going to make the playoffs? Absolutely. Are you going to bet them at minus 110? Why not?
No.
What do you mean?
I don't really like those minus bets. Unless, hey, did you know? Speaking of that, did you know that you can parlay these right now?
Really?
FanDuel is offering parlays, multi-team parlays for playoff odds.
Really?
I did not know that was a thing, and I will be partaking. By the way, I also put some money on the Raiders for tonight, so looks like I'm going to be watching that game after all.
How many units?
Hold on. 4, 6. 6 units, man. 6 units.
Ooh.
Taking it rain.
$12. All right. Gotcha.
Whoa. That is 5 units. $15.
Okay.
Come on now. I hadn't been on it so long. They're like, we changed our deposit methods. I didn't even know that. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, you got to.
Good to be back, though. Good to be back.
Just a tip, you know what I mean? Just insert a little bit at a time. Just a tip. Man, I want to kind of mess around while you go over. But listen, I think so. The Titans at minus 110. I think that's a good bet. You know what I mean? If you're looking to make even money,
it's pretty much even money. It is. It's dollar for dollar almost. But I don't know. It's just that's what made me think of this. Unless you're parlaying these, like there's not a lot of value in those long, like super short odds teams for the playoffs.
Let's see if we can come up with a little parlay here. A little parlay. So the Colts at minus 172. I think that's a shoe-in. Let's start at the top, right? And I'm sorry that we're going all over the place because we're going to get off the AFC train here, but this is a betting podcast. So I want to parlay I'm going to say 8 teams to make the playoffs. We'll do some NFC and some AFC teams. Clearly, the Bucs to make it, the Bills to make it, Green Bay to make it. We'll do the Colts. I think that's a gimme. I even like the Titans at minus 110. That's a good one. Another one. Well, see, I want to do the AFC West because that's going to be a shit show division. Who else, Griff? Who else do you think?
You say the Bucs?
Yeah, I got the Bucs, the Bills, the Packers, and the Colts right now.
You got
the Titans.
The Rams in there.
See, but I mean, we could put the Rams in there.
I think.
You bet those. So look, you bet those 6 teams to make the playoffs, which I think is pretty. I mean, it's a layup for me, at least. That's plus 556.
That's not bad.
No, you throw a $10 burner on that, let it wait out for the first 18 weeks, win yourself $50. You know what I mean? I think that's a pretty. Man, I'm gonna have to start messing around with that. Come up with some crazy ass shit. Anyway.
Yeah, I think when we're done, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Overall playoff odds. So we're on the Jags at plus 450. I don't think the Jags have a chance to make the playoffs. The AFC is too stacked.
Yeah, that's the tough part about that. I feel like if Jacksonville was an NFC team, which obviously we can't just say, what if, but it's too top heavy for them to have a chance. Could I see them winning 7 games? I definitely could see that, but I don't see them winning enough to get in the playoffs.
Same thing with the Texans. Now this is the highest in the NFL. The Texans are plus 1,500. to make the playoffs. I think Davis Mills is underrated. But do I think they're going to make the playoffs? Like I said, they're just too stacked. You guys, there's 4 division winners, right? There's only 3 spots left. And you got the AFC West with the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Chargers, and then the Broncos with Russell Wilson
Your boy
there.
Russ.
Well, he ain't my boy, but with Russell Wilson there, I would be very shocked if they don't make the playoffs with Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson is a playoff machine. He always makes the playoffs. But that division is so stacked. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that division. Like, I can't wait to cover that one. But we'll probably end up covering that one the last episode here.
You'll be happy for that one because that means we'll be covering the Niners too.
That's what I'm saying. We'll probably do that one last. So now we get the Super Bowl champs. The Colts at plus 2,200. I think the Colts are sneaky good. The problem is that they're in the AFC. But we're talking $10, $15 bets. You want to throw $10 on it, you're going to win 220 if they win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to pick. I don't know. It's tough to pick a team in the AFC that isn't in the AFC West for the Super Bowl for me. Like
what are you talking about? What about the Bills? You just said last week.
For the Super Bowl.
Hold on, you just said the Bills.
Besides the Bills, the Bills are a separate thing. Like that, they don't count. All right,
they're part of the AFC. You're contradicting yourself all over the place.
No, it's the Bills. Hold on, I don't know if you can see it. It's the Bills, and then the AFC West, and then everything else.
Okay. But here we go. So I'm not going to go over those. I think the best bang for your buck there are the Colts if you're going to pick somebody in the AFC South to win the Super Bowl. Plus 2,200 is a good bet. You put a $10 bet in there. Like I said, it's 220. I think it's good. You know what I mean? Like I said,
and I think I with that one, I agree with you. If I was going to take one in this division, it would be the Colts. If I was going to take one to win the division, it would be the Titans.
Really? So you think the Titans win the division, but the Colts can win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
That's a wild thing.
Matt Ryan is not going to be like, I don't think he's going to come out just crazy on fire. Like their wide receiver core is going to have some work to do, which could be good or bad because they could lean on Jonathan Taylor super early, but they don't want to put too many miles on him. So I could see them coasting into the playoffs, which would lead to them not winning the division, but then just going ham. If they make a run, if their defense is as good as it could be, and Jonathan Taylor's healthy in the playoffs, I could see them making a run. But I just really like the Titans.
When you're looking at overall
for the division,
but when you're looking at the betting part of it, right? The bet to take would be the Titans to win the division. They're plus 160.
For me, yes.
Yeah, they're plus 160. If you're going to pick somebody in that division to do overall playoff odds, minus 110 is the best you're going to do, and it's even money. But like you said, Super Bowl champs, I think you got to take the Colts. I mean, but hey, if you want to stick on that Titans train, they're plus 3,000. I know they're not a bad bet. You know what I mean? You put 10 on
that is 30,000.
No, it's 3,000.
For the Super Bowl?
For the Titans?
Yeah. Titans. I thought you said Texans. My bad.
No, there's zero chance you're taking the Texans. If you want to throw your money away, take the Texans at 30,000. Davis Mills.
Funny enough, that's what my dad said we were doing by saying the Jets could do some work. So,
you know what, Ryan? Week 18, we'll be laughing in your dad's face.
Well, see, this is the exciting and the scary part of this is after he said that, I'm like, fuck that. We're gonna replay this fucking episode in January, and we could either be super right or super wrong, and I'm gonna crash the internet and delete it, so that never happened. So,
all right, so MVP races for the AFC South. You got Matt Ryan at plus 4,000, Jonathan Taylor at plus 6, Derrick Henry at 75, and Trevor Lawrence at 75. Now, what's funny here is you said to me before the show, how crazy is it that Jonathan Taylor and Trevor Lawrence are the same, or no, Derrick Henry and Trevor Lawrence are the same odds to win MVP. And my rationale behind it was, well, a running back never wins MVP, but you got Jonathan Taylor there at 6,000.
Yeah, I would take him before I would take Matt Ryan because I think Jonathan Taylor was like fifth last year. I'm gonna look that up real quick. I could see him getting some votes for like just people getting tired of it being the best QB in the league awards. You know?
Yeah, but that's not going to be enough to. That's not going to be enough for him to win. You know what I mean? We're not voting on.
Oh man, it's
we're not betting on
you
second
never know.
place.
These fucking riders are squirrely.
Well, that's the other thing is that they're just writers that are selecting MVP races and stuff. You want to know what I thought was funny with last year with the MVP race? Everybody talking shit about Rodgers not being vaccinated and all that shit, and that he shouldn't have won MVP because he wasn't vaccinated and then got COVID. Like, dude, the guy put up fucking crazy stats. You know what I mean? He was the best He was the best player in the league last year. He always.
Well, and here's what I say about Aaron Rodgers. Right? I feel like they would be the most. I heard it described as a Jenga tower. If every NFL team was a Jenga tower, if you pulled one piece out of every NFL team, there are pieces that would be almost as devastating. But like the Packers would legit be a man. I'm trying not to be biased, but like I feel like they would be a 5-win team without Aaron Rodgers.
Well, we saw the game that Jordan Love had to play when Rodgers was out, and it was not good. It was not good.
So bad. Yeah, I just his stats were great, but if we're talking about most valuable, like they would be trash without him. Right, last year, and who knows this year too, probably.
Yeah, but there's a lot of teams that you could say that if the quarterback is the most important position on the field.
Oh, well, I mean that's why they should rename the award and then like put more stock in the offensive player of the year award. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, you could. So yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor is a good one there if you're looking to. I don't think Matt Ryan's gonna win it. There's no fucking way. It'd be crazy if he did. Man, I'm pretty upset with myself because I pulled all these stats for Davis Mills and we didn't go over them. But like I said, man, Davis Mills, I think people are underrating him, and I think the problem is that I don't think there's a good, unless you're gonna go look at the overall, like what's their win over under, and bet on that. Which could you look that up real quick?
Who's that? The Texans?
Yeah,
I think it's 4. Might be 3.5.
If it's 3.5, I would hammer the over because I think Davis Mills is good.
Looking at that.
Is that season specials? What's it under?
No, there's a win-loss one.
Just a reminder: we get all our stats from FanDuel. They do not in any way, shape, or form sponsor the show. But if they want to, they 100% can. I saw the way you guys broke off McAfee. Fantastic. Good for him. Yeah, I don't see that as alternate win totals. Here we go. Show all. Oh, you gotta find the team. Jeez.
See that it's just by odds. So their break-even number is between 3.5 and 5.5. So it's got to be 4.5 is their projected total.
Yeah,
because they go from plus 160 at 3.5 to minus 210 at 5.5.
5.5
So yeah, they're at 4.5. See, I'd be hard pressed to say they're going to win 5 games. Like, hey, you know what? I mean, if we want to get into the weeds, let's do it, man. Let's pull this shit up. All right, let's go. We that's the whole point of this show, right? Is to
be crazy,
talk about these divisions. So let's do this. Let's. You got a pen and paper? I don't. I'm not prepared.
Of course I do.
All right. So week 1, Colts loss, right?
Yeah, I would say it's a loss.
All right, week 2 at Denver,
loss.
I want to say loss. We haven't seen what Russell Wilson's going to look like yet.
Yeah, but we know
week 3 at Chicago, win. Chicago's trash.
Are you just saying that because they're in the North?
Well, yes, because the North is trash. Like, so the Vikings could be okay, but the North is trash.
All right, so we got loss, win.
He sucks. So week 4, Chargers lost. Week 5, Jacksonville. It's a toss up. I feel like they'll split with Jacksonville. So we'll just say they'll be 1-1 for
All
the
right,
next
so
one, whatever.
Yeah, we'll call this one a W. We'll call the next one a loss.
Yeah. All right. Week 7, they're playing at Las Vegas.
Loss.
Loss. Me too. Next week is the Titans. That's a loss. Next week is the Eagles. That's a loss. Well, for me, it's a loss.
Okay.
I mean, it's at home, so it could be.
That doesn't mean anything.
Thursday night game.
That doesn't mean
well.
That does mean something, right? Them playing on a Thursday. Yep. I'm gonna put that one a W. Yeah, I believe you lost.
Well, I think in your opinion, then they're about to go on a fucking little 3-win burner here because the next week is the Giants. Holy awful. That's a loss. I mean, a win. The week after that is the Commanders. I am not a believer, so I can see that going either way.
All right, so we'll use that as our half game.
Okay, there you go. The next week at Miami, that's a loss. Then the next week is at the Browns, and depending on what happens in the next week or so, that could be a win or a loss because they're either going to have Jacoby Brissett or Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but Jacoby Brissett, dude, he's not a bad quarterback, dude. He's a 50-50 quarterback. He's either going to win or lose. We'll call it a loss. For the sake of the number. Good.
They end the season on a pretty tough stretch. So these are the last 5. So next game is Dallas.
Win.
So that's a loss. Ooh. Then the Chiefs.
That's a loss.
Huge loss. Humongous loss. Because it's The next game is the Titans.
Loss.
Then after that, it's the Jaguars. So this would be a loss because we said win on the other one. And then they finish at Indy.
So see, this is what's going to matter. Does Indy need to win that game to make the playoffs? Because if they do, they're going to lose. I.e. the Jags.
Was so great last year. What was it? Was it the Jaguars?
Yeah, they got fucking robbed. Yep. Yeah, they got beat like 47-3. All right,
Carson Wentz, man.
So we got them 1, 2, 3. You have them at 3.5. I have them at 4.5.
Damn right.
Yeah, what was our over-under was 4.5?
Well, the number was 4.5 if you're going by their odds.
Yeah, so I mean, you almost have to bet over at 4.5. Because
so it's almost like Vegas knows what they're doing. Like, it's crazy.
I would almost take them at the 4.5 over because, like, to lose that many, it's like, and it's football, right? Anything can happen. So some of these are guaranteed losses until they're not. And that sounds so stupid, but at the same time, like, who would have thought that the Colts were going to get destroyed by the Jags in the last week of the regular season last year? Nobody.
Yeah, not many people.
How many people lost money in that fucking game because of it? You know what I mean? And that's the type of shit that happens. So I would take the over at 4.5. And what's the odds on that?
4.5. Well, 4.5 didn't have odds. That was their even number. So you'd have to do if you're doing the over. Oh, it's weird. They don't give over. It's just under. So under 3.5 is plus 160, and then under 5.5 is minus 210.
Oh, see, there's not enough meat on that bone to do that. I'd have to go.
One of those ones like you watch them start the season, they win like 3 of 6, and you're just shitting your pants the rest of the year.
Yeah, and then they go on a burner of 15 losses in a row, or 14 losses in a row. Oh. All right, so we'll switch over to the NFC. I got some takes for this one too.
All right, let me do some changes here. Boy, this dog is.
I just want to give a shout. I just want to give another shout out to Second Armament Apparel Company. Go to secondarmament.com. Use code number 9ers at checkout. Get 10% off your order. If you're a gun-toting American like me, and like Griff inspires to be.
Yes, I want to be.
Go over there, get your shirts, support your Second Amendment, support Second Armament Apparel Company. Come see us at some fairs. We're gonna be at the Riverton Fair and Hebron Fair, coming up here in Connecticut. Come check us out. Number 9 with Tommy podcast, laying 9.5 with Tommy and Second Armament, all in the same tent, having a good old time, doing interviews, kicking names, taking asses. That's not how you say it. Taking names, kicking asses.
Yeah, taking asses, baby. Give me all those asses.
Pat's brother texted me and him today and said, "You guys should have named the show Taking 9.5 with Tommy."
Yeah, see, I don't like the sexual innuendo there. It's not cool, bro. Not cool.
Well, I guess you could do the same thing with laying 9.5 with Tommy.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I mean, you could do giving 9.5 to Tommy, but then that doesn't sound very good for me. So.
Oh, you're getting it, bud. All
Yeah.
9. Well, it's more like 3 times 3. You know what I mean? Anyway. All right, so we got the NFC South. For those of you listening at home that don't know, Bucs, Saints, Panthers, Falcons. Division champs. This is a gimme. This isn't worth betting on unless you have a lot of money. Bucs minus 270.
Yeah, I wanted to write this down, but I'm pretty sure that is the what do you call that, the highest odds or the lowest odds to win their division?
They're the highest odds.
Because the Packers might be the only other close one, just because of how garbage that division is. Nope, they're not even close. So they are by far the heaviest favorite to win their division.
Yeah. Now, what's surprising to me is the Saints are plus 350, right? Which I don't think this is going to sound so stupid, right? But if Jameis Winston plays well, they make the playoffs. Dalton's the backup, he's trash. Do you see?
I really want to see Jameis Winston be healthy. Like I would like to see that. Like I just feel like it could be good, but we've just never really gotten to see it. Like his healthiest season he's ever had was, unfortunately, he threw fucking like 32 interceptions. So it's like it's hard to consider that a win. You know, he threw for 5,000 yards, but for every fucking 1,000 yards he threw like five interceptions. Like it's
So the other problem, so this is what I'm thinking, right? Because Dalton's, but do you see a return of Taysom Hill? Taysom Hill at quarterback.
Well, with Sean Payton being gone, I don't think the Saints are. I don't even think he'd be listed as a quarterback. Like
no, he's not. He's listed as a tight end. I went and looked it up because I was interested in it. I wasn't even sure that he was still with the Saints. He's listed as a tight end, and I understand Sean Payton's gone, but at the same time, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The guy did well in that little wildcat shit that they would do. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball, he can do a lot of different stuff. He's definitely a weapon on offense, and I think him with Winston playing is the key to their success. Now,
I think you hit the nail on the head. It's when he is used as a weapon and not as a quarterback is when he does the best work for them.
But what I'm saying, like as a weapon, putting him on the line, but also putting him in the backfield, who's getting the ball type of shit. You know what I mean? I think that's their best chance. The problem is, I think the Panthers do better than the Bucs, or better than the Saints this year. I think if Baker isn't a hot mess and he actually goes to play football and he's not a prima donna about it, I think the Panthers will do better than the Saints.
And I feel like obviously hindsight's 20/20. So looking back, we can say that you were correct about this. I just have a hard time. There's 3 things about this that I have a hard time with. I have a hard time believing Baker Mayfield is going to be a professional. I have a hard time believing that if he's not and they put in Sam Darnold, that he'll be able to get out of his own way. And I have a hard time believing that Christian McCaffrey is going to last past week 4. Like, so it's hard. It's hard for me to say, yeah, I'm confident in saying this about the Panthers, because I feel like the Panthers could just as easily be 11-6, 12-5 as they could be 6-11, 5-12.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it really, again, I think my personal opinion is that they do better than the Saints, and they're plus one. Like, there's no chance of them winning the division, right? They're plus 1,000 unless Tom Brady dies on the field in week 1. There's no chance of them winning the division. But at overall playoff odds, they're plus 410. NFC isn't stacked. You have four.
Yeah, NFC is wide fucking open.
Yeah, you have 4 guarantees. And to be honest with you, like, it might, again, this might be biased, but it's the most logical thing to me. This is going to be, you're going to have your division winners, 2 teams out of the NFC West, and 1 other team. So who's the other team going to be? Because I think between the Rams, the Niners, and Arizona, all 3 of them will make the playoffs. So the question becomes, who? I don't know what you just said. You just cut out. What did you say?
I do not agree with that even a little bit, which was the NFC West is going to be very interesting.
You don't think that those 3 teams will hit the playoffs?
The Cardinals will not make the playoffs.
You know that they made the playoffs last year, right?
They won't make the playoffs this year, I'm saying.
Okay. So Griff, I have 6 of the 7 teams. Griff has 5 of the 7 teams picked. I think the Panthers could easily get in if they have a good season. The Falcons.
I mean, listen, I agree with you. They're impossible to know. Like, every team is impossible to know, but I have no confidence either way.
Again, I think at plus 410 though, it's worth a $10 bet to win $40. You know what I mean? Or even, like, again, if you're balling on a budget like us, $10 bet. But at $100 to meet the playoffs, why the fuck not? If you got $100 to burn, I don't think that's a bad bet.
I got $100 to burn. I'm throwing it on the Saints
to make the playoffs at plus 132. See, I
have no confidence in that Panthers bet.
I have no confidence in the Saints. I mean,
see, like, to me, like, look at the difference in the odds between the Falcons and the Panthers. Like, the Falcons are the Falcons are going to be bad, and their odds are only about twice as much as the Panthers. So what does that say? Vegas hasn't figured out the Panthers yet. Like,
or they have.
They really haven't.
Or they have, and that's where they're at. You know what I mean?
It's true.
I think the only bet worth taking for the Super Bowl champ is clearly the Bucs. It's plus 750. Remember, every year that J-Lo gets married, Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl. So hey, you got $100 to burn. Tom Brady's looking for the last one on his way out. I think no matter what, this is Tom Brady's last year. But at the same time, if he wins a Super Bowl, it's definitely his last year. And why the fuck wouldn't he win a Super Bowl? You know what I mean? You can't bet against them. If you got $100 to burn, put it on the Bucs to win the Super Bowl. I hate to say it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thought process. That's for sure, unfortunately.
The Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons, the Saints are 4,000, Panthers are 10,000, the Falcons are 25,000. It's just not. I don't see any value there. I just don't see it happening. Now the MVP race. Again, the only person I think worth betting on to win the MVP is Tom Brady. He's plus 800. Tom Brady had a great season last year, great statistical season. He was definitely in the talk for an MVP. So why wouldn't you put some money on that if the odds are good? At plus 800.
I believe did he lead the league in yards and touchdowns last year?
He had a baller ass year. I know that. I mean, he always has a baller ass year, though. When was the last time Tom Brady didn't have a good year? Like throwing the football.
ACL.
Yeah, which was, what was that, 2003, 2004?
Yeah, it was like fucking forever ago.
So. Yeah. We got Jameis Winston at plus 7,500. Again, that's a joke. And Baker Mayfield at plus 10,000. We don't even know if he's going to start. We have no idea who's going to be the starter yet. I'm pretty sure Jimmy G was at, what did we say, plus 15,000, and he's not even on he's on a team, but he's not on a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like where's the talk now? I know you texted me last week about the was it the Giants? Like what's the talk now?
The talk. Oh, I haven't heard anything about where he's going. I heard something about the Giants. Um, but shit, he goes to the Giants, dude. I mean, that changes a lot of things. It really does. Because then they have a
Yeah, Brady.
decent.
Yeah, Brady literally led in passing and touchdowns again. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's 44 years old.
Yep.
I love it. I I I hate him, but I fucking love him. You know what I mean?
What do
It's
you think about what do you think about Julio? Do you think he's going to actually make a difference, unlike the Titans last year, or do you think it's just one of those he's there to chase a ring?
uh, it could. I probably a little bit of both. I mean, I'm sure he'll have some. He's clearly too old to be a number one. You know what I mean? But they have Mike Evans. They have Chris Godwin. So they have a lot of weapons, and he just adds to it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, that's what I'm
you're
saying. Like, where are his targets going to come from? It's man, that's a lot of balls to have to go around there.
his starters going to come when they're double teaming Godwin or fucking Evans, and he's taking a 10 yard slant. You know what I mean? To get the first down. I think it's genius. I mean, those three guys right there are or were at one time all number one receivers. So he's stacking up a team. They have Fournette in the backfield. Um, that team's going to be nasty. Their defense is good. Um, I really think the, the Bucks have a fucking chance to win the Super Bowl, man. Like how do they not? You know what I mean? Like how are between them and the Bills? I'm going to say it now. It's a Bills Bucks Super Bowl. And Tom Brady's gonna beat the fucking the Bills one last time and fucking ride off into the sunset and win that fucking
That would
last
be pretty
ring.
dope.
You know what I mean?
I
Like
hate to say it, that would be cool. I don't, I don't think man, I would. I think that game would be amazing to watch. Actually,
I think it would be. I think the Bucks had a bad beat last year against the Rams. The Bucks should have beat them. I think the Rams walked backwards into that fucking Super Bowl and got. I don't want to say they got lucky against the Bengals. You know what I mean? But they walked backwards into this. Like they just had enough breaks. You know what I mean? Um, no, don't get me wrong. If OBJ was healthy during that game and he didn't tear his ACL, I think the Rams run away with that Super Bowl. It wouldn't have been nearly as interesting. Um, but the Bucks game was close. The Niners game was close. Um, they were all one play away from them losing, and they just happened to get the one play where they won. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's. I think that's one of the things I was thinking about before we. Oh, and my dog is almost falling. Before this division, it's like there's not a lot of talking points outside of gushing over the Bucks in this division. It's they are just that much better than the rest of the division, and it's there's
I don't.
all the numbers prove it. Like it's one of those things. Like, is it just too obvious, and maybe we're missing something, or is it just really that obvious? Like,
No, I think
I
it's.
don't see a competition. I don't see them missing the playoffs, and I don't see Tom Brady not being Tom Brady. Like, what's a bad season for Tom Brady now? Like, if he ends the season with 32 touchdowns and 4,200 yards, that's a bad season. But they'll still be 11-6 and win the division.
Yeah, and I don't think that's gonna. Let's. They're gonna play the Saints twice, the Panthers twice, and the Falcons twice. That's 6 wins right off the rip. You know what I mean? There's no way that they don't go 6-0 in that division.
And then the rest of the year, let's see who's their draw this year. They get the. Let's see, it looks like they get the NFC West and the AFC North. So that's it's hit or miss. It depends
Here,
on
let's do it. Let's
it
do it.
depends on the Deshaun Watson, and it depends on.
Let's let's do it though. Let's do the win loss and see where we think the Bucks
Man,
are
I
going
don't
to win.
want to do this. I could see me saying the fucking Bucks are going to be 14-3. Like
Let's
this.
do it. Let's do it.
The week 1 is Dallas.
Win.
Yep, win. Week 2 is New Orleans.
Win.
Win. Week 3 is at home against the Packers, so that's a win.
I'm gonna go loss.
I like it. I dig it.
I'm gonna go loss.
Next week it's a tough little stretch. Then they got the Chiefs the next week
I think
at home.
Tom Brady and Mahomes showdown, baby.
Sunday Night Football.
I'm gonna go with a win there. So
Right.
so you can interchange week 3 and week 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see them easy being 3-1 for whichever reason.
Yeah.
Then the next week is the Falcons.
Win.
Easy W. And after that, it's the Steelers.
Win.
Yep. And then the Panthers.
Win.
Yep. And then the Ravens.
I'm gonna
The
go.
only caveat to this one is this is a Thursday night game, so but it might be hard for the old man, but who knows?
Yeah, with only 4 days of rest.
Yep. Let's see. Then you got the Rams.
See, I'm gonna go with a loss there.
I can see that. And then you got Seattle.
Win.
Yep. Cleveland.
Win.
Yep. New Orleans.
Win.
At San Francisco.
Win.
Cincinnati.
That's gonna be a good game, dude. The Bucks games are gonna be fucking wild this year.
They have an entertaining, challenging schedule, which is crazy to think because I put no stock in the NFC, but they got some games. I mean, the NFL could have given them 9 fucking primetime games.
I'm gonna go loss against Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, and then Arizona.
Win.
Thought my dog died there. Nope, you're good. Okay. Carolina and
Win.
Atlanta. Win.
Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, I got them at 14-3.
That's what I'm saying, man. I was so afraid to go through this because I could just see them banging out 14 wins and
Let's see what the
waltzing
under.
into the number 1 seed.
It's
tough.
Ryan, what channel's the game on?
I think it's NFL Network.
My kid wants to know. Let's
And again, it's the first game, so it could be. Oh my god! It says it's in a stupid weather delay. Well, I ain't gonna make it through that one.
Facts. How's? Oh, they're playing in Ohio.
Yep. Lightning strikes in the area. Oh, it's on NBC.
So at over 13.5, it's plus 360. At 12 and at 12.5, it's plus 180. So they got them right around 11 wins. I think I would hit that plus 12.5, plus 180. I think
if
that's
you could find it somewhere at the over under number and it was 11, I would hammer the shit out of that. Like just absolutely hammer that. There's no way they don't win
12
well,
games.
I guess, okay, if it's 10.5, yes. If it's 11, 11.5, I'd still hammer it. Like, I don't see – we just went through it. How do they not win at least 12 games?
Yeah, I think 12 games, easy.
Where are their 5 losses on there? Like, I just don't see it.
I mean, they do struggle with the Saints. You know what I mean? Even last year, I think they lost 1 or 2. I know they lost 1 for sure against the Saints.
No, I think they lost both. I think you're right.
Yeah, so they do struggle against the Saints.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Do they struggle against the Saints, or does he struggle against Sean Payton?
Well, that's what we're going to find out, right? Because Sean Payton had his number, and does Sean Payton have Bruce Arians' number? You know what I mean? Because Bruce Arians was there for so long. So, but in the past they have struggled. So those might, I mean, but still, that brings you down to 12-5, even if they lose both games to the Saints. So if they went 4-2 in their division, no matter what way you slice it, they still finish 12-5. You know what I mean? And they're gonna win 4 games in that division. They're gonna beat the Falcons twice, hands down. They might lose one of the Saints, and they might lose one of the Panthers if Tom Brady falls asleep on the field.
Dude, I'm disgusted to myself with myself right now because I'm coming out of this almost feeling better about the Bucks than I did about the Bills, and I love the Bills.
I'm telling you, I think. But I mean, they are the 2 favorites to win the NFC and the AFC, and there's a reason for that. And I think if you have money to spare and you're going to place bets, why not put it on the Bills and the Bucks to win the AFC, win the NFC at plus what are the I think they're plus 650 and 750, aren't they?
I think that is the Bills are plus 700 and the Bucks are plus 750. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I am interested to see what that
parlay is
comes out to. Let's see.
Super
Super Bowl. Let's see if we can parlay that. Oh, it's not parlayable. You bastards.
Damn.
Oh, you know what I could do? I could parlay the conference winners. Bills and the Bucks.
It's gotta be
it's only plus 180. Oh no, hold on, that's wrong. Plus 1880. Damn, throw it down, son.
Yeah, you put $10 on that. I like that bet. Griff,
love it?
Griff, is that gonna be our first official bet on laying 9.5 with Tommy?
I understand how a 2-leg parlay, and I understand it is August 4th, and there are 26 weeks until the Super Bowl, but parlaying the 2, in my opinion, clear-cut best teams in the NFL. Well, I don't know. I think the 2 best teams are in the AFC, but the 2 teams with the easiest chance on paper to get to the Super Bowl to face each other, plus 1,800. Oh my God, I almost want to bet that now.
I'm with you. I like it, man.
Oh my God, dude, the oh my God, it's so crazy. The freaking if you bet Rams Bills is plus 2,600. Oh man, I'm doing one of these bets for sure.
Yeah. I think on our next show we should have some bets ready to like what we actually laid out, so you guys can bet with us if you're interested. I think those are slam dunks.
Yeah, I feel good about the Bucks. I'm just gonna admit now, whether it's our next episode where we talk about the Packers or the episode after that, I'm gonna fangirl out, and I'm probably gonna feel the same way. That's just what I do. So I do right now. It's man. I just the more I think about it, how do the Bucks not make the Super Bowl? Like, what prevents the Bucks from getting to the Super Bowl outside of an injury? Like, obviously, if Brady gets hurt, that's. I think like the Bucks are built to manage anything except Brady because you can't plan for that. Like, what prevents them? Like, how do they miss the Super Bowl?
Well, like I said, I mean, you still got to remember the Packers are in the NFC. The problem is Aaron Rodgers can't win an NFC championship to save his life.
Legit.
Yeah, I don't know who else in the NFC does it. I mean, I don't think the Rams are going back to back. I really don't know. Like, the Cowboys ain't going to do it. I would say really the only team standing in their way are the Packers.
You don't like the Rams?
No. Like I said, I think they just had enough luck last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Damn, I just really talked myself into the Bucks super hard.
But did you really have to talk?
Disappointed in myself.
Well, I think it all started when you asked me about Julio Jones, and because that's really they're going to be stacked, dude. Like,
Yeah, like they don't need him. And then freaking Gronk's going to come out of retirement in January, and he's going to have 6 touchdowns in the playoffs. Like it's
no, I don't think that's going to happen. But um, you never know though. Like, I'm surprised he retired with Tom Brady staying another year. I really do. I was really shocked that he retired, but he came back, man. He won his ring, and he's like, "I'm good." You know what I mean? I won my other ring, but there's some who's a good tight end that never won a ring that would come out either come out of retirement or could get traded or signed. The first he's too old. The first person that pops to mind for me is Tony Gonzalez, but um, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Niners get crazy and trade Kittle over there or something. You know what I mean? Or
well, I mean, I think the NFL trade deadline is so early in the season. There's no like the wheels would literally have to just completely come off the season for them to trade him. That would be insane.
no, they're not going to trade him. He's too good, especially with them signing Debo. Yeah, man, I really don't have a good. Yeah, I don't know who. The Packers. The Packers are the only ones that I can see easily beating them. And I don't even want to say easily because, like, I hate to say this about the Packers because their whole thing is Lambeau, right? But when was the last time they won a playoff game in Lambeau?
They won. Well, they won one last year because they got to the NFC Championship
Not this last year, but
2 years ago. Yeah, because they were the 1 seed 2 years ago. They actually and then 2 years ago when they were the 2 seed, they had to win a game to get to the NFC Championship. They beat the Rams 2 years ago.
Okay, so they just so it's confirmed they just can't beat the Niners at Lambeau. Gotcha.
So hold on, was that the plan the whole time, or did that just come to you? We just fuck with me, like you just wanted me to have to realize that again.
I don't know.
That's what that was.
I don't know.
That was fucking dirty.
All
right. So what's your division standings here? We did we're gonna do this every week too.
Oh, I forgot to.
Well, we did the NFC.
We'll do the NFC and then go back to the AFC to finish it up.
Yeah.
Bucks, Panthers, Saints, Falcons.
All right. So I did Bucks, Saints, Panthers, Falcons.
Okay, so we're close. We're just switching to Panthers and the Saints.
Yeah, I was like, come on. After all that, what was I gonna do? What was I gonna do? Say fucking Carolina's gonna win the division? Let's see. And then AFC South, who you
got? The way it's laid out by the odds, man. Colts, Titans, Jags, Texans.
Oh man, we're way different.
No, we're not. You're Titans, Colts, Jags, Texans.
I thought you said Texans, Jags. My bad.
No.
I mean, I know your boy Davis Mills over there. I mean, I feel like what we're getting to right now is we got to have a spot at the end of our 4th episode where we put together some bets here that we're gonna lay down before the season starts. I feel like we're building to that right now. Throw some parlays in there. We should, you know what we should do? We should just put our money where our mouth is. That's why I'm writing these down for us. We parlay our division winners. We parlay some Super Bowl odds based off of what we're doing right here.
I'm all about it, man. I'm all about it. That's why
we just ride the wave, man. Ride the wave.
This is a true story. I went to the bar last night, and one of the guys I was with is a compulsive gambler like myself. And we started talking about the casino on FanDuel, and I deposited $100. Luckily for me, the casino game I wanted to play wouldn't load, so I had $100 in my account today, and that's why I ended up putting $100 on the Raiders.
You know, it makes more sense because when you said you put $100 on the Raiders for a preseason game, I was like, "What the fuck are you thinking?" Now it makes sense, but you know what? It's crazy to say this, but you're better off throwing it on the Raiders than you are throwing it in one of those casino games.
Well, I don't know, man. They got the live roulette on there now. It's live.
Oh, I do have to check that out. You're telling me about that.
It's fucking awesome. It's fucking
now
awesome.
That I'm back into the gambling, I'll get some. I'll start getting some some free bets and promos and shit again, so I could check that out.
Yeah. Yeah, Griff. So that's pretty much it. That's where we're at. So what? Next week we're gonna do the North, or the next episode we'll do the North.
Well, here's how I see it. I feel like we'll leave it up to you whether we save the West for last or not, since we can make it in life as is in football. The Niners just own my shit. So
yeah, we'll do it last. So we'll do North.
That sounds good.
North on the next episode. Maybe we'll have some parlay teasers on our way in. For the next episode. And you guys will hear. I mean, you guys will know if I hit the bet or not at the 100, or Griff's 6-unit bet over there.
6 units, man. Stacking bills.
Hey, man.
You'll guess what I went off of that? $13.
Hey,
yeah.
You gotta start somewhere. You know what I mean?
I feel like it'll be a good little start to what our season episodes are going to be, because on Monday we're going to be talking about however this game ended and what it did to our bet. It's going to be pretty exciting. I like it.
Yeah, it's either I'm not going to bet the rest of the football season and this podcast is moot, or we're ready to go, baby. We're already stacking bills.
I don't like the first one, so we're going to go with the second one.
Griff, what I would like to do as well, there's 18 football seasons or weeks in a football season, right? And you and I have played this game before, or I've told you about it, where you start with a $10 bet and you pick all plus 100s or better, and you just keep compounding that bet. And if you make it all the way through, eventually you'll have over $1 million. I think it's 11 bets or something like that.
Dude, I would puss out so early in that. So early. Like week 4, that means I'd win I'd already be up to what? If I would probably just do plus 100s because I'm a little bitch. And sorry, my dog sees a skunk or a squirrel, so
you would be at week 4. You'd be at $80.
Okay, I wouldn't put that in week 4.
But then you're at
it'd be 160, 320, 640. Yeah, I wouldn't last past week 10, man.
1280. Well, that's really where you need to get to is week 10. You know what I mean? So,
no, we're gonna do this now. So, we're gonna have our what? Now we'll be talking props, wins, spread, overs, unders.
Whatever bet that we can agree on, that's a plus 100 bet that we feel is a lock. Plus 100 or better. So we'll take plus 115, whatever it is, but it has to be plus 100 or better to hit.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna have to start doing we're gonna have consensus bets of the week. Like we're not trying to be, we're trying to give some knowledge. So we don't want to be against each other, kind of like we were today, except for the Bucks. Like
some unity.
I don't think me and you are feeling the same way about these two divisions.
Well, we are. We just you have a different division winner, and I have you're higher on the Titans than I am, and I'm higher on the Colts. I mean, I think the Colts are a good prospect, but again, I'm a little biased when it comes to the Colts. It's like, it's like you always saying the Packers are going to win their division. Except the Packers are always going to win their division. It'd be like me always saying the Niners are going to win their division, even though I know that that's not likely. I think depending on how Trey Lance plays, which I'm not overly optimistic, but if he's any good at all, I think the Niners could win their division because I'm not that big on the Rams. I think I can't say it enough. I think the Rams backed into that fucking Super Bowl. They got lucky. And Joe Burrow was just a little too inexperienced for the game. And he still balled the fuck out. Joe Burrow did fucking awesome. I think Joe Burrow is, what's his odds for MVP? We'll cover it.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing jumping ahead, man? What
I
the
know,
hell?
man.
Let's save a little meat on the bone for next week, my friend.
See, this is what happens. We get sidetracked, and I start fucking thinking about all this other shit.
I was just letting you go on. I was pretty I just don't. I mean, I don't want to dive into the NFC West. I feel like the next 2 weeks are going to be very interesting because I am going to have lots of questions for you about how you get that, how you arrive at the Rams being like that. I don't see it, man. The Rams are going to be legit. The Rams
Well,
are legit.
Well, the Rams are legit because of their defense. Like, and we talked about this on our first show, how your defense is really what sets you apart and makes you better than everybody else. That's what makes them so good. But I mean, the Niners, I think last year the defense wasn't great, but it was good enough. You know what I mean? I mean, they held fucking Aaron Rodgers to 7 points in a playoff game. Fantastic. And their special teams are top notch. Getting a block punt for a touchdown. I mean, how often does that happen?
I had to go there. Dude fucking throws for 163 yards, but we're talking like, Packers stink. Niners.
I never said the Packers stink. I never thought that the Niners were going to win that game. Not a fucking chance.
Neither did I.
Neither
did I. Dude, do you know that there was a fucking defensive lineman on the field, on the offensive line for that fucking play?
Really?
Yeah, I was reading a story about it because I kind of disconnected from the
world,
from the NFL for a little while after that. We'll talk about this next episode, but it's a crazy fucking story. One of the guys on the line that was directly responsible for that fucking kick getting blocked.
Well, it's no doubt that they need help with their special teams in Green Bay.
Well, Ricky B's coming in like gangbusters, man. Shit's gonna be awesome.
Oh, I thought you were talking about fucking Binox. I was like, Binox is here, but not even live.
No, it's Rick Bisaccia, man. We finally got a legit coach.
Man, what a shame it is for the I can't believe the Raiders didn't fucking feel so bad.
I don't think he wanted to be a head coach. He was the most senior guy on the team. That's why he got it, but he didn't want to be a head coach.
He did an awesome fucking job.
I don't know why he didn't stay as their special teams coordinator, but
maybe the Raiders thought that it'd be too much. Dude, it's getting awfully dark over there.
I closed the screen. Hold on, let me open Google back up. It'll be like a white screen again here. Sorry about that.
There you go.
There, it's a little better. All right.
Yeah, the front office probably thought it was with them bringing in a new head coach, it was gonna be too much turmoil for what they've already been through.
Rip the Band-Aid, go to Green Bay, build a 14-win team, and you're good.
Yeah, just to lose it all in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, yeah. But they'll win a game, maybe. Sort of.
Maybe. Don't worry if it goes to the championship game, it don't matter.
Please, Aaron Rodgers.
Please, Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
Yeah, what a fucking G showing up to the first day of training camp.
Yeah, we should lead the. Oh, did you see the story today about why he won 2 MVPs in a row?
No.
Because he was doing psychedelics.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
That's why he won?
Doing drugs. Legit doing psychedelic drugs. That was a big story today.
Dude, I love how people hate on Aaron Rodgers. I fucking love it.
Dude, I love how he leans into it hard like a fucking supervillain. I love it.
Me too, dude. Like all the meme last year when the helmet went up over his face, and that he made that his profile, his header picture on Twitter and shit. You know,
this is one of Lindy's favorite pictures. The
the COVID toe one.
Yep. Oh, so good.
The guy's an animal. All right, man. Let's get out of here.
Hey,
Griff, you ready to get us out of here?
Yeah, you didn't like how I did it last week, so I'm gonna say, hey, number Niners, I say a good lay.